Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, seeing blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking Love and Marriage Huntsville / Love and Marriage Detroit, because one of the stars of Love and Marriage Detroit in, these weekly debriefs with Carlos King that he likes to do with the cast, after the episode, basically set up the question that I'm sure was probably fed to him, to ask Carlos King what he thinks of his quote-unquote detractors and haters and critics that say that he has created toxic reality shows, right? And he gave the answer that I was going to expect them to give without even, watching. I was like, Carlos is going to say, if I created a show where everybody gets along and everybody does XYZ, everybody's honky-dory, nobody's going to watch. But here's the problem. When the show gets too toxic, people don't watch either. Right? People create petitions and people do blackouts. So it cannot be both, right? So nonetheless, the cast member was, he said he basically gave the layup to Anthony and was like, oh, people think Anthony is toxic. The men on Detroit are toxic. Carlos likes toxic husbands. What do you have to say when people throw those narratives in your direction, right? And so then Anthony was like, well, I think it is bullcrap, and it's people being fake because, let's be real, if the cameras were home with everyone else, see, I'm on a lot of boards and I talk to a lot of people. So there's many men I know right now who are unhappy and married and do stuff at home, and they'll all be on social media smiling, taking pictures, and acting like they're happy-go-lucky, and that ain't true. And so then furthermore was like, let's be real, they can say what they want, but y'all watching because y'all know y'all connect to it. No. So then Carlos responds, right? And says, like I figured he would say, is if I created a show and it was about everybody being happy-go-lucky, life is good, rainbows and Skittles, and we had picnics on Saturday, and that is that, you would call my show boring and not watch it, and it would be canceled, right? The thing is, everybody's relationship is different. Every man, female, or they, everybody has a toxic moment, a moment that they are not proud of. Every relationship goes through its ups and downs. We are watching the show because at the end of the day, you can relate to it. And this couldn't be further from the truth, you guys. Here's the thing. First and foremost, we watch reality TV because we like to be entertained. It doesn't necessarily mean that we relate to any of these people or their lifestyles, right? And if we want to keep it all the way a buck, a lot of us probably are living better lifestyles than some of these reality stars, right? Because it's already been exposed that several of them are fronting for the cameras, right? And refuse to, reveal in real life how much money that they owe the IRS, how much legal trouble they are in, and how many liens are on their account, and all of these things, right? So they're also selling a false persona on some of these reality shows, right? But it didn't used to be that way, right? It did not used to be that way to where, essentially we are putting on a Carlos King production and then it's a hot mess, right? It always starts off decent, right? Which was season 1 of Love and Marriage Huntsville, right? Starts off decent even though we knew that there's underlying issues going on in the Holt marriage. But ultimately, they were the focus. They were the centerpiece of the show. And then it just got increasingly toxic with this situation with the side chick who wants to be famous, who wants to be on the show, who wants all of this attention, right? And is still, to this day, obsessed with Melody Cherie, including Martell and everyone else, right? It's not entertaining, is the thing. And you said that if it's not toxic, that we're not going to tune in, but we didn't tune in. That's why there was a petition for Letitia's mom. And why there's several petitions for you and for Martell and for all of these people to stop it, to stop the bullying, right? And it seems as though you didn't say anything about that. That you are framing this as though people are upset that there's these men that are being exposed and are doing things on the side and are talking disrespectful to their wives on these reality shows and are coming off misogynistic on these reality shows and are, on this whole little bros before, all this other stuff and trying to keep each other, held accountable, except for they're not keeping themselves accountable to their wives, right? So you've created this. You are a part of the casting process. You are a part of the person who is, going to be producing these shows. So you are going to get the raw footage of what is happening in everybody's households, right? And you have the power to decide, hey, let's focus on some happy family moments. Or if there is going to be drama, it's not going to be toxic, right? And see, that's the issue, right? Is that people do not understand the difference anymore between what is fun shade and what is below the belt. People do not understand what the difference is drama versus toxicity, right? And that is the issue at this point. And the problem is the shows are toxic. Like, let's call it for what it is. And it is toxic to the point that people do not want to turn into it, right? They don't want to watch it. And that's what ultimately ended up happening. Your last season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, when it decided to focus on this ridiculous rumor about Candy and all of these things, and it completely took the life out of Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? It was never the same after season 9, right? Regardless of how high the ratings were, it was very much a toxic season, just like the season with Bolo, with the stripper and Strippergate, and whether or not Portia and Tanya hooked up with Bolo. And I was like, who cares? Like, why are we focusing on this for 20 episodes, right? And that's the same issue that I have with these shows on OWN, is that you are focusing all of the Love and Marriage Huntsville drama around Melody Cherie, on whether or not her and Martell are together, whether or not they're going to get back together. Now there's drama with the divorce, there's drama with the custody battle, and then all of the cast is rallying behind Martell and his trifling behavior. And then Melody Cherie is bullied for practically a year, and it's crickets. But you are concerned about people coming for you, about the men that are casted on this show, and that you're quote unquote enabling the men, but you're not doing anything either to put together a better show. And you are also not acknowledging that your ratings did take a dip because of the toxicity, right? And that people did want to see more positive things that were taking place. People wanted to see these people who claim to be entrepreneurs actually running a real business, right? And not just filming scenes in empty offices, right? Actually showing something, right, that was real. And so I'm just a little bit perplexed as to what Carlos King thought he was accomplishing with this layup that he was, splashing in the middle of this interview to try to make fetch happen, and it just didn't land. It just didn't land. There are plenty of reality shows, especially dating reality shows, lifestyle reality shows, everything, where there is a line of certain drama, but it doesn't go toxic, right? But it seems that a certain type of black men are casted for these reality shows, and 9 times out of 10, it is not, the doting husband that is faithful to his wife, or the doting husband that is going to be respectful of his wife, or the doting husband who is not going to be in competition with his wife, or the doting husband who is not going to be misogynistic on camera against his wife to belittle her and belittle her upbringing and all of these things. There is a pattern, right? There is a pattern, and I get it that probably a lot of your couples who are stable are not going to apply for reality TV because they do not want the reality TV curse of their marriage imploding and eventually getting a divorce because of not only the toxicity that is being addressed in their marriage, but then the other cast members that either want to plant fake storylines to create drama, or the new attention that you are receiving on social media from people who are looking to get at you, who are looking to be involved in your marriage as well. That also causes issues, right? And here's the thing. It is a simple solution, Carlos. It is a simple solution of focusing on what these shows were supposed to be, which was supposed to be 3 black couples who were entrepreneurs that were supposed to be making a difference in the black community, right? Whether it was building homes, whether it was providing opportunities, providing jobs for people, whatever it was, whatever the initiative was going to be, that was the backdrop of the show. We are not discussing that anymore. We had the Black Expo or whatever, but that was kind of just foolishness as well because Not everybody was on board with it because it was a scam in terms of people trying to get money out of others and trying to have people work for free, and did not even understand the advice that they were giving, although they wanted to be on a panel and give advice. But telling said advice that they have failed every single business that they also have started. So how are you an inspiration or somebody to look up to and approach when you're not successful yourself? So we have to stop gaslighting and insulting the intelligence of the fans here and just keep it a buck for what it is. You like drama, you like messiness, you like toxicity. You like seeing these marriages implode. You like seeing these black women be embarrassed and humiliated on television. And you always stick up for the men in the situation. And you go as to, the lengths to promote these men, right? And then you play in the face of these wives and pretend that you're team them and that you're fans of them and that they're quote unquote your favorite. But you're mute on any type of bullying and any type of personal attacks that are taking place against them, but you prop up these men like they're darlings, like they're perfect, like there is nothing wrong with them, even though they could be cheating on their wives, they could be verbally inappropriate and misogynistic to their wives, they can be completely careless on camera. And this whole thing that, because, you can only post a good picture of yourself on social media, presenting a false narrative, you can not post at all and still be presenting a false narrative as well. Like it doesn't matter what you post or don't post on social media. At the end of the day, whatever's going on in your household is going on in your household. A post on social media of a happy family or whatever is not going to make a difference, right? Some people may fall for it, some people may not. But you know ultimately what is happening in your household, and you know if you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing on the side that is not committed to your household, right? So don't gaslight the fans because of this, and don't come for the fans because of this. We don't want to see this. We don't relate to this. There are a lot of us who don't even have situations like this, who are in happy marriages, who have healthy family dynamics, who have healthy family conversations about real issues and real topics that do not venture off into this level of toxicity, you guys. It doesn't even get to this point of toxicity, especially if it was a marriage. People would have been divorced if it ever got to this level in a lot of people's real lives, because there's a zero tolerance for nonsense, right? And foolishness and all of the things, right? So this whole thing that we're identifying with it, no. We're not watching to identify. We found originally reality TV a level of escapism, right? A level of escapism, a level of enjoyment and entertainment, but it is not entertaining to watch struggle of and to watch toxicity in the black community and to watch reinforced all of the negative stereotypes that we have been trying to get away from, despite some progress that is made among us, right? So there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.